Before you know it, you're having all your meetings with people in the church. You haven't personally led anyone to faith in Christ in years. That tension needs to continue to be felt and emphasized.
Do pastors have unchurched friends? So you talk about a season in your life where you kind of looked around you and your family's life and you weren't surrounded with unchurched friends that you had these opportunities for. Do you think that's common with church leaders today to find themselves in that place?
100%. It's common at Lifeway.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in the discipleship business. We build tools all day for church leaders. So it's exceedingly difficult to put yourself in proximity with unchurched, non-religious, secular people. It takes effort and intentionality. So in order for a small group to really do what a small group is supposed to do, it has to have a heart for the prodigal.
Yeah.
The heart of the New Testament is reaching people, not just deepening our own relationships.
Right.
So the quote that I always share, I can't remember where I took it. It's not my own, but we start out as fishers of men, but we become keepers of the aquarium. That is a very real challenge for church staff people. Before you know it, you're having all your meetings with people in the church. You haven't personally led anyone to faith in Christ in years. That tension needs to continue to be felt and emphasized. So I put a session in there on evangelism just simply because it's not enough for us just to be together if what we do doesn't impact the people outside the circle.
Right. I think, I don't know, we've seen a lot more of like small groups just being about serving the people in the church, and we don't always think of it as an outreach arm of the church, and probably the most effective arm of outreach, right? Like we want them to just show up to a church service, then get saved, and then we can like talk to them about Jesus in our small group, right? Why has that happened? Why has seeking and saving the lost seem like it's become a low priority for a lot of believers?
I would say it's gotten very difficult to evangelize in the culture that we're in because of the hostility.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's harder than ever to walk up to somebody and strike up a gospel conversation because people's guards are up. They're constantly being solicited, sold something, text messages trying to fish. So I think all of us are just suspicious of who is this person and why do they think they have the freedom to text or invade my personal life? Yeah. So relational evangelism is more important than ever, like building genuine relationships with your neighbors, with people you're in proximity with, that as you get together, eventually God's going to show up. He always does. The conversation topic eventually turns up at the table. Yeah. But putting yourself in relationship with non-religious people takes effort. You have to really move outside the wake. I love to use that illustration. When you're inside the wake and you're water skiing, the easiest thing to do is just hold on to the rope. And I think that's what a lot of small groups do. They just hold on to the rope. A lot of Christians do that. Yeah. It takes courage and effort to go outside the wake. And that's evangelism. How do I keep putting myself outside the normal path of discipleship to be an evangelist?
So in 12 seconds, what's like a good first step for a group to take to get outside of the wake?
Start talking about who in their life doesn't know Jesus.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how rarely that comes up.
Yeah, there it is.
Donnie.
Perfect timing.
Move on, Donnie says.